When we saw that the price was just increasing every day, we had to give ourselves brain. We are like, we can't do this. We can't develop yourself, get as much skills, anything that would also help you build your career, help you build your brand. Because UK or abroad is difficult. Like, the weather is so cold. There's nobody around you. It's just you and your blanket and all of that. Sometimes it's very difficult to get a spouse abroad.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinemerem, and if you are stopping by for the first time, hello, you are most welcome. Please do well to like this video, share and subscribe to my channel. And to my returning subscribers, you are super amazing. Thank you for coming back. So you guys, in this video, I've got a very interesting topic for you guys, and I've got a special guest here on my channel to discuss this topic with. And it is no other person than, I'll let her introduce herself by herself. In today's video, we'll be talking about how Africans or how immigrants in the UK are surviving, considering the things that are happening now, the inflation, housing, everything. We're going to ask her all those questions in this video, and she must fill them all. So you guys hang on and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. My name is Tochi and I'm a lawyer. I live in the UK with my family. I'm a YouTuber as well. I have a YouTube channel where I share about how you can migrate, life in the UK, and everything interesting. So yeah, this is just me and I'm glad to be here.
For the sake of our viewers, tell us more about yourself, and that will help us tailor our questions better.
Well, I live in the UK with my family. I'm married, so I'm not single.
You're not a single Pringle. Okay, so have you got kids?
I've got two beautiful kids.
So first of all, can you tell us how easy it was for you to get a job when you moved to the UK, and how long, briefly?
So basically, it took me 3 weeks to get a job in the UK on my arrival.
Wow.
I've made a video on that on my channel, how I got a job in the UK in 3 weeks. I feel like getting a job in the UK is just about having the right information, surrounding yourself with people that would give you the right information, basically. And that was what helped me. I had people who really helped me, like gave me information and where to look. And I think it took 3 weeks because then you had to like isolate after entering the UK. So I couldn't leave the house until after 14 days, where I now had to get my BRP before I started applying. So if I didn't have to wait for 14 days, I'm sure I've even gotten a job earlier than that.
Oh, wow. Right now, people are complaining. There is no job anywhere and all. I think it all boils down to information, like you said. I didn't even get a job in 3 weeks. I got a job after months.
You didn't look where, you didn't ask me then.
But I came before you, though. Yeah, truly. There was not so much information out there at the time. So, yeah, unlike now, everything is online at the moment. YouTube or Google, everywhere. But then, it wasn't so. Okay, yes. Second question we've got for you is, how easy was it for you to get a school for your child, and how long did it take you to enroll her in a school in the UK?
It was easy. Another easy thing to do. Basically, when you come to the UK, just call the council. Some people even call the council before their kids get here. So long as you know that they are coming, you can start calling council and make arrangements for them. Council in your area, in your city, call them, tell them about your kids. They would ask for, I think, their birth certificate. They'll ask for their age. As their age would determine the class they would be in. And then your home address would also determine the school. You'll be given a form to fill or asked to go online and fill a form where you choose, I think, 2 or 3 choices for them. And the council would just send them to one. And it's mostly the school that is closer to your house that they usually send them to most times. Just call the council. That's just the summary of all these things I've been saying.
So you mentioned something that even if the kids are not in the UK already, you can call council and they would, sort things out. I heard now that you have to take the kids to the council or to the school before they can be enrolled. I don't know if it applies everywhere or just some places. Have you heard about that before or something?
I don't know about now, but I just shared how it went for me.
So do you have to pay for school fees or everything is free?
No, everything is free. Except your child is less than 3 or 3 years. Like for us, when my child was 2, she came to the UK when she was 2. So wanted her to just go to school and meet up with other people, not just to stay in the house. So we searched for schools. Of course, going to private schools, going to private pre-nurseries are really expensive. But
Very
we
expensive.
finally got one that is quite affordable. And she was able to go to school twice a week. And we're, of course, paid. We're paying for it.
Okay. So our next question is, how do you juggle family, kids, work, YouTube, everything going on in your life right now? Like, how do you manage them?
Well, I, I just feel like sometimes when you put your heart to something and you're seeing the results, it is the motivation you need. Honestly, I won't even come here and lie, right? YouTube is something that, of course, I love to do, but at the same time, I'm seeing the results and I'm like, why not? So that's also the motivation. It just keeps me going. I'm like, if I can get this today, why not put in more work? Why not put in extra work? It's going to be, double tomorrow. So I would say the grace of God helps me as well, because on my own, I don't think I can do any of this.
Too
God
much?
is faithful. And
Yeah.
I try to take out time to rest. There are times when I just, this one, though. There are times when I just say, you know what, let's just rest. And then when I feel I'm well rested, I can now come back and continue grinding. But it's just God. And then when you see the responsibilities you have, the bills you have to pay everywhere, you have to double your hustle. And in this UK, in abroad, there's no darling, because honestly, darling will not pay your bills,
If
right?
you
So
lose, you lose.
yeah, the
Yes.
bills is the motivation to keep working.
The bill is the motivation. Okay, so how about childcare? Because you've got 2 kids, right? How do you manage childcare with this responsibility?
Yeah, so basically, I work just twice a week. So, and I only work when my husband is available, he's off work to take care of the kids and do school run and all that. So that's how we juggle it. So when I'm at work, he's at home, and when I'm at home, he's at work. So there's always somebody with the kids.
Also, it's about teamwork, right?
Yeah.
We saw a video you posted about the bills in the UK are getting to you at the moment. Yes, so so considering these things, the inflation, everything, like if you go to the shops today, you could buy something for £1 and then tomorrow is £2. So considering all these things, how do you manage with your income and the bills, the piling bills? Because you just mentioned it now that the bills is your motivation. But then at some point, people be like, it's not meeting up. The money coming is not meeting up with these bills. So can you tell us how you manage yours?
Well, it's just basically to cut down on your spendings, right? Everybody knows their capacity, their financial capacity. For us, basically, we spend on the basics, things that are necessary, things that are important. Anything that is not important, anything that is not a priority, we just forget it. So by the time we just feeding is basics, right? Everybody has to eat, and you
Yeah.
have kids who they have to eat. They don't understand these things as well. They have
Oh,
to eat, and they have clothes to wear. That's fine. You don't have to buy clothes every day. Me, I do this thing. Sometimes you're tempted to just, buy things that you don't
and then,
plan to buy. Maybe you go to a shop to
yeah.
pick up something and you're coming out with 5 things. So now I don't do that. Once I go into a shop to pick up one thing, I go straight pick up that thing and go back home. Like initially we used to buy bottled water, but when we saw that the price of bottled water was just increasing every day, we had to give ourselves brain. We are like, we can't do this. We can't continue. So all we did was just go to Asda, buy a jug and a filter of £12. And that's
Yeah.
how we get drinking water from the tap. Right. So things like that. We just look for alternative ways, cheaper ways to live our lives. That's just the wise thing I think everybody should do as well.
So thank you. You know, you moved to the UK and you bought a house within 2 years of moving to this country. When people hear it, they be like, "Are you serious? Is that real?" So can you tell us what did you do that others are not doing? How did you manage to get a house within 2 years of moving to the UK?
It's not extraordinary, okay? Right? So the truth is, every other person is getting a house and moving into their house. Just because I came here to announce because I'm on YouTube and I'm just doing it to encourage people and tell them these things are possible. Basically, if you have your money, you will get a house. So whether you have cash or you have capacity to pay back your mortgage, that's all that matters. If you're going for mortgage, you have to have your deposit, to pay for it. And then if you're going for cash, you have to have everything at hand to pay for your house. So it just depends. And for us, of course, we had to save because obviously we didn't have the whole cash to pay for the house. So we had to just save. Like I said earlier, cutting down on your spendings, prioritizing the things that ought to be prioritized is very important. And that's what helped us discipline as well. Just discipline yourself. If you have a goal, if you have a plan, just follow it and tell yourself, okay, I'm going to get a house in so time. I want to get a house. I want to do, it doesn't have to be a house. You could have any project, any business you want to start, something you really want to do, right? Just have a plan and be disciplined about saving. You would achieve your plan.
So you shared something about why couples in diaspora break up and all. Do you have any advice for couples in the UK, currently in the UK, or those coming to the UK? Just any tip you feel, well, this or that.
Yeah, so I would say if you're married or you plan to get married and you're moving to the UK, as a man, you don't know how to do basic things around the house, just try and learn it because it will really help you. It will help you to help your family, help your wife, help your kids. Because in the UK, it's basically teamwork and partnership, not even in the UK alone, abroad. Both of you have to work together as a team to build a peaceful home. So the summary is just learn it. And then for the women as well, have to try to understand that, yeah, your husband is always the head of the house. You're coming to the UK, though the culture is different. There are laws protecting women and all of that. But you still have to understand that your husband is the head. You're to submit to him. And just remember to always fall back to God and always fall back to all the teachings you know about marriage, how our parents have lived, the man being the head, the woman being the neck, and just basically work together. The head cannot stand without the neck, and the neck as well cannot be here without the head. So it's just teamwork, right? Understand your place as a woman, understand your place as a man, and just work together to make your home a better place for yourselves and for your children.
Okay, thank you. And just so that the singles are not left out, I know you're not single and you didn't move to the UK single, but is there any advice for the singles as well? So, let's incorporate everyone.
Well, for the singles, the truth is sometimes it's very difficult to get a spouse abroad. So I would say, personally, my opinion, if you're still in your home country and you have a potential suitor or you have a suitor, you guys should work towards getting hitched, like getting engaged or getting married, because UK or abroad is difficult. Sometimes you need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to lean to. It could be very lonely and depressing sometimes, okay?
Honestly,
I'm not saying singles are not doing well abroad. Singles
of course,
are,
of
but
course.
this is what they say. All right. I'm telling you from what they always say. I have single friends and they're not finding it very funny. But of course, they are living fine and they are okay. But if they are to tell you the truth, it's not very funny. You go for shifts, you come back, you don't have anyone to talk to in the cold. Like the weather is so cold, there's nobody around you, it's just you and your blanket and all of that. Sometimes you just want to talk to somebody, not necessarily any other thing. You just want to have that companion, that partner or second person in your house to talk to rant to just be there for you, right? So I would just say if you have somebody, hold the person tight. So if you have anybody who's just showing interest in you, just you guys should summarize and be quick about it. But if you don't have anybody who is asking you or who is saying, anything to you, hello, hi, that's fine. You come to the UK and you'll be fine. And by God's grace, you also meet somebody who is single like you in the UK and you guys will get hooked. And hold on to God as well. Always pray and all of that, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's the God factor, right? Okay, so thank you so much, Tochi, for coming on here to share your beautiful experience in the UK with us. We really appreciate you. So, but before you leave, do you have any advice for people watching us who's coming to the UK or those in the UK already?
Well, I would just say basically, you're planning to move abroad. Remember to up your game acquire more skills, help yourself so that you prepare yourself better for the UK labor market, develop yourself. You need to take more courses. If you need to learn a skill, you need to just basically do anything that would help you develop yourself, both career wise and help you, because here labor is not cheap. So as a lady, as a woman, if you can learn hair making, you can learn makeup, decoration, baking, cooking, catering, driving, barbing. Make sure you just get as much skills as you can. And
Yeah.
then professionally as well, develop yourself so that you will be better and well prepared when you come into the UK. And the UK is getting harder and harder by the day. Things are getting expensive, and it's not easy living here. And secondly, if you're moving to the UK right now, try and pack as much food stuff as you can pack, because see, this is expensive. Yes, I know I'm being vain right now. You say it's all about food, but yeah. Pack as much food stuff as you can carry, because this is a very expensive here, especially if you love African food. If you're like me, that is not so adventurous in trying different foods, or me, I stick to my local delicacies. So please, that is
Me
my
too.
advice for you if you're coming to the UK. You
Okay.
can do this and thank me later.
Yeah, it's very, very important. As a successful YouTuber, do you advise people coming to the UK or anybody at all to start up a YouTube channel?
Why not? The sky is large enough for every bird to fly. If you think you want to do YouTube, you can do YouTube. Why not? Anybody can do it. If you feel you can do it, please go ahead.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tochi, and we appreciate you. Now, you guys, that's the end of this video. I hope it helps. I've learned a lot, and I hope you learned a lot as well. Now, until I see you guys again in my next video, do take care, stay safe, and bye. Bye, Tochi.